If you are here, it is because you are interested in learning English. There's so much information out there on what you should do and how you can get better. Today, let's talk about some of the different things that you can do on your learning experience from beginner to advanced. The things that you do at the beginning will change once you start to get better at English. The most important thing for you to remember is you really have to work at improving your English, and there's no magic pill that's going to help you become fluent. Are you ready to find out what it takes to improve your English on your own? If so, then let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to do today is find a good learning resource. You want to find something that's going to be able to give you the overall basic foundations of English. And the next thing that you need to do is start to get a basic understanding of English sentence and English sentence structure. Every language has sentences or phrases that you can't get by without knowing, and English is no different. Start to learn some simple sentences that you can use every day, and then take some notes and then review those notes regularly to reinforce them. When you learn something, it's really good to make a note of it so that you don't forget it, and you can do these notes by hand, write them in your phone, or put them on your computer. The most important thing to remember is writing it down and then make sure that you go over them. It's easy to forget things when you aren't using it a lot, so make sure to go over what you learn. I was always told that the best way to remember something was to try it out as soon as possible so that it stays with you. And that's going to bring us to the next part today, which is make sure that you use the language. And by using the language, I mean speaking it and writing it. Did you learn a new phrase today? Try it out as soon as you get the chance. Keep a journal of interesting things that happened that day in English. Build the habit of doing as many things as possible in English, and once you get better, this is going to bring you to the next step, which is a high quality learning resource such as a podcast or video that's made with the specific purpose of learning English. There are so many things to choose from now, so find one that interests you and then use it to improve your English. To do this, you should try to listen to that program every day while doing something relaxing or enjoyable to you. Maybe you can put on your headphones and take a walk outside while listening to it. When I lived in California, I liked to go to the beach and find a quiet place that I can read. So maybe you could try sitting on the beach with your headphones and listen to that video or that podcast. Just make sure it's something that relaxes you, which is the most important, because when you're relaxed, it's going to be much easier for you to take in the information and retain it. While you're listening, if you can pick out short phrases or words, try to repeat it out loud right after the speaker, trying to match their pronunciation. I have a video on this technique, which is called shadowing, and I'll link that down below in the description. The key point is to try to match that speaker for pronunciation at first and not necessarily for full understanding. And the more that you listen, you will start to notice words and phrases that keep coming up a lot. This probably means that you should know those words and phrases, so the next thing you can do is start to get in the habit of looking up those words and phrases that you notice coming up a lot. When I first started learning Japanese, I would try to check things out that I would catch on TV or in the background and just put it into my electronic dictionary. But now it's just as easy to check things out on your phone or just pick it up online. There's so many different translation services and apps. Just start building up your base of words and phrases that you'll be able to use once you get more comfortable. And this is going to lead us into the final thing that we'll talk about today. Talk with people in English, and this can be online with a tutor, or this can just be online in an English language exchange. And there's so many different places that you can speak online nowadays, and English language platforms, online classes, and you can find paid or unpaid ways to speak in English online as well. If you find a good teacher or someone that you can talk to online, try out those words, try out those phrases that you learned, and this is going to be a good way for you to put into practice the use of your language. The best way to make sure that you don't forget something is by using it. So this is where you have the chance to practice using out English on your own terms. Maybe you want to try out some idioms today, do it with your language teacher or your English learning partner. Since you are the one that's learning, just make a plan for what you want to learn in English that day and then try it out when you have a chance to talk. And of course, if you have the chance, speak to someone in real life, whether it be an English language tutor or an English speaking friend. If you have friends that speak English nearby, or if you have access to English language classes or tutors nearby, you want to have the chance to talk as often as possible in English in person. And this is going to be another great way to improve your English. With friends, you can work on things in a more relaxed environment, and because you're trying, they're probably going to be able to help you out directly or indirectly. For me, sometimes just making a mistake in Japanese in front of my friends and then seeing their reaction was a good way to notice what's working and what's not working. Whether online or in person, the main thing is just being able to listen and use as much real English as possible. English isn't something that you're going to pick up overnight, so just keep learning and trying it out as often as you can. If it's really something that interests you and you put in the effort and the work over time, you are going to notice those improvements. I hope these help you improve your English. If so, how about sharing this video with someone that you think it will help? If you're interested in learning more English, check out this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you.